Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. Yes, I'm going to have a hard time wiping the smile off my face for this interview, but I'm going to start with a story. It's a summer. I'm at SPAC with my wife, and we're walking up to the jazz bar. And I'm hearing kind of piano playing that you don't really hear. And I'm thinking to myself, what's Chick Corea doing here? Oh, it's Herbie Hancock? Joe Zawinul? I can't figure out who it was. I walk in.
Keep going, dude.
Yeah, that's right. You like this company you're keeping, right? I think
so
you
far
do.
so good, man. That's great.
This is Chuck Lamb, who is a musician extraordinaire and a vocalist extraordinaire, Ria Curley. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Now you know I
Great to be
can't wipe the smile off my face. That was a wonderful night. Boy, you were just ripping it up. I'm telling
Thank
you.
you.
You know, the smile on your face was really worth
Yeah,
watching
okay, good.
as
Yeah,
well.
should have been,
And I said to somebody that night, Chuck, I said, you know, he does more with his left hand than I could do with my right hand if I slowed it down and then sped it back up again.
Wow, man.
So,
Excellent.
at any rate,
That was a great series.
Wasn't it a great series?
Elizabeth Sobel started at SPAC. It's just including. I love that it was after the orchestra.
Yes.
You know, people would have that experience. And
That's
then, I mean, when I first got the gig, I'm going, what am I going to play after the fill? Whoever symphonies, like what tunes will I select? But it was just a fun flow.
well, you know, very, very typical of the way that you perform. You know, whether you're doing a cover or whether you're doing your own compositions. Right. You know, you just go with the flow, Chuck. I'm telling you. If it comes to improvisation, you're like, okay, I'll take that. You know?
Thanks.
And then you run with it, which is just really something to watch.
Yeah.
And
Good.
you and the musicians were just having such a great time. You could tell.
Thanks.
So at any rate, let's just give a little more background on you.
Okay.
You may have heard of the name Brubeck. Yes, I know. Brubeck Brothers, and it's Chris and Mark?
Chris and Dan.
Dan.
Dan's the drummer and
Chris is bass or
bass
trombone.
bass and trombone.
Right. I interviewed Chris once and just had the best interview at all. Now, how long have you been performing with them?
I've been with the band for about 15 years.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's a blast, you know, and we travel internationally. And, you know, one thing about the Brubeck, like their dad, it was very important to him to be a family, so he'd get musicians to play with that you all loved each other, and you're on the road, you have a great time. Yeah. So, and Chris and Dan are the same way. You know, we're best friends.
Yeah,
and it makes for a great road trip. You know.
Yeah. I bet it does.
Yeah.
Now, a real cross section of the kind of gigs you've been doing, right? You've done the small ensembles. You've played with orchestras. You've done a mix of covers, and you've done some original compositions, right?
Yeah, you know, on that with the Brubecks, or no, we do a lot of Dave's stuff.
Yes, right, sure, of course.
Interpretations of more modern, and you know that last record we did was dedicated to Dave's, called Lifetimes, and we had the pleasure of recording it in the studio, getting like rough mix and play it for Dave, and you know, to see the smile on his face was. The record didn't even have to come out just to see him going, oh man, I really dig what you guys did. You know, it was, you know, what a great, for my hero, you know, Dave was my mentor, and to be hanging out with him and talking music and sharing music with him, it's like a dream.
It's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, you know, you know, it's hard to be understated when you're talking about Dave Brubeck.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
How do you just say, oh, then I called Dave up and say, hey, would you like to hear our interpretation of something that you wrote, right? You know what I mean?
You want me to, can I brag for a minute?
Sure, go.
Please.
So Dave, Chuck made a tribute CD, just piano, to Dave Brubeck, and he sent it to him. Before he would put it out, he wanted to make sure it was okay, and Dave gave him the most glowing review. And I can't quote it, but you can find it online, but really glowing review about Chuck's playing and improvising, and so that was a thrill.
We were doing a jazz festival in, I don't remember where it was, in Midwest somewhere, but I had just given Dave, before we split on the tour, I had given Dave the CD to listen to, and then got the phone call
While you were on tour?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that he's just, you know, I think he talked to Chris. He said, tell Chuck Lamb, man, put the CD out. You know.
Oh, nice.
I was like, you know, because I wasn't going to, but he's so gracious. He was such a beautiful guy, and you know,
So did you play better that night, you think?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I did.
All of a sudden,
You got that little boost of confidence.
Dave thinks I'm okay.
I'm sure. You know.
Yeah.
That's true. Actually, I do remember.
Now, Chuck on his own is a member here in our community, is adjunct professor up at Skidmore. I want to talk about that. You want to know something? I knew this was going to happen with this interview. I'm going to break this into two parts.
Okay.
So when we go into part two, we're going to talk about what Dave is doing right here in the community with Skidmore College and an amazing jazz series that's just started at Cafe Lena, and we're going to get into that. So we're going to dip into part two. So I'm signing off for part one right now. Okay.
All right.
All right, good. So you can see this part one again if you go to our website, looktvonline.com.
Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Exceptional products, expert design, experienced professionals. An American Buildings Company authorized builder can turn your dream of a new building into a reality. Because ABC Builders are local contractors, they know your market and can handle your project from beginning to end. So if you're ready today, your ABC Builder is building tomorrow.
Call Munter Enterprises, 518-584-6174.